So let's work some more with the turtle in drawing a square. Ooh, way fun. Okay, so I want you to follow along with me. So create a new script. I saved mine as square.py. And remember, we need to import the turtle module first thing. And then we need to create a new instance of the turtle, and we're saving that in a variable called t. Okay, so if we wanted to draw a square without a function, we would need to go forward because we start facing the right side of the screen. So we could go forward, and the size, let's just say 50. And then turtle needs to make a turn. So we could say left 90. And now turtle is facing up. So he needs to go forward 50. And he needs to make another left turn. And he needs to do that 4 times because there's 4 sides to a square. So if we run that program, we'll see that turtle did indeed draw a square, and he started back at his origin point, pointing in the correct direction, or the direction he started in. But you see, we have lots of repetition in our code. So whenever we have repetition in our code, we know that there's an easier way to do that. So we could use a loop, but we're also going to use a function. Okay, so let's draw a square with a function. And in this case, we're going to call it def draw square. And we'll use a loop because we have these repetitions, and our code repeated 4 times. So we're going to say a range of 4. And then we can just copy this code to be the body of our loop. Ooh, how about that? Okay. And this time I'm going to make it 60, so it'll be a little different than the one that we currently have. Okay, so our function is not going to do anything until we call it. So let's call this function. And then let's F5 to run. And now we should have, oh, y'all noticed that before I did, I bet. I left out N. Okay. So now it does indeed draw 2 squares. Okay, but what if we wanted to send a value, like maybe even the user inputs a value, we could send to that value to draw a square, or maybe we want to draw many squares and some are different sizes. So I'm going to comment this code out. And now let's draw a square that accepts arguments. Okay, so again, we'll have def draw square. I'm trying to hurry. You guys are going to be here in just a second. And we're going to say that it's going to accept the width. And this code is going to be largely the same. There's too many indentions. Maybe that'll work. But instead of it being 60, it's going to accept whatever width that we call it with. So we can come down here and call our function. And let's send it 80 this time. And F5 to execute. And now we have our original square, and now we have our larger square. Okay, we could also, again, I'm going to comment this code out. We could also draw a square in a specific location. So if we do def draw square, it needs to accept to be at a specific location. Remember, it uses XY coordinate values. So let's just name some variables XY, and then we'll also accept that width. And because the pen is going to draw as it goes somewhere, let's tell it to pin up, which basically is saying, hey, don't draw while you go to this location. And then go to the XY coordinates that we enter when we call the function. Then put your pen down so you can draw. And then we just need this code again with our loop. All right, so this time when we call our function, we'll need to send it some value. So I'm going to do -100, 100, and then this time let's draw a small square. We'll draw a 20 pixel square. If we F5 to execute, so we have our original square, and then you see it moved. If we didn't include this pin up, let me show you what would happen. Don't do this on yours, but if we didn't include this pin up, see, it draws the line as it moves to that specific location. So that may be something that you want to do. You may want that line to show as you move to that certain location, but in this case we did not. So we used pin up and pin, or up and down, not pin up and pin down. Okay?